What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Mojo coming to you with episode 5 of the MOJOE'S Podshow. Hey man, I'm going to start out with saying I'm sorry if I'm going to upset some people. I'm sorry if a couple of you, maybe all of you, hell, I don't know, somebody ain't going to be happy at the end of this thing. Let me just be 100, as the kids say today, all right? Because, look, man, I've had enough, man. I've had enough. I've been a big supporter, man. Love DC. I want my kids to emulate DC off the field, on the field. He's an excellent, excellent quarterback, but he's not the quarterback that is going to bring us to the promised land. Now, I said a couple weeks ago on my socials that I can't wait to see DC in Vegas on the platform holding that Lombardi over his head, man, and feel that feeling like we did when we saw Drew Brees with the kids and all those amazing players that finally get that validation on that stage with that Lombardi trophy. But hey, Raider Nation, I was wrong, yo. I was wrong. I'm a man. I admit when I'm wrong, man. And I think everybody should. Now, let me tell you what you're getting into today. Welcome to MOJOE'S Podshow. We're going to be doing a beer review like we do every week. Got a good beer for you this week. Can't wait to taste it. Had a long day at work, and I'm ready to enjoy me some cold adult beverages. Also, we're going to talk DC. I think that's apparent now. We're going to talk about that beatdown that we took from the Queefs. Still sore there. That's what it is. And then we're going to talk about this Titans game. This Titans game is going to be the closest game we're going to have all year to a playoff game. So I want to kind of hit on that. But honestly, I've got a few voicemails to get to this week. Swaggy J left me 2 before Chiefs game, after Chiefs game. I'm going to get to those. So that's going to take up a pretty good amount of time. I've been noticing that most of my views aren't making it all the way to the end of the show. I hope I'm a little more entertaining to keep you hooked for a little while today. So stick with me, Raider Nation. So, without further ado, let's get on this beer. All right. Today's beer is going to be Russian River's Blind Pig IPA. Now, I know I've only done 5 episodes, and I know that this is my second Russian River, but I am a big fan of Russian River, man. And most craft beer gurus, or connoisseurs, if you will, are also Russian River fans. Oh, boy. So here's the deal. Let me tell you a little bit about this brew. So originally, this beer was made by a guy named Vinny in Temecula, California, and his company was called the Blind Pig Brewing Company. At some point, I guess, he went out or he sold it. Either way, Russian River picked it up, and it is a straight IPA. It's 6%. It's there's not that much alcohol content for an IPA, especially a Southern California IPA. Let me get a little lick of this thing and tell y'all how this thing tastes. Shout out my girl Missy from my badass cup. Getting some floral. Yep, bitter. Yeah, for only being a 6%, it's full bodied, and it's loaded with hops. I'm getting a lot of citrus, pine, kind of fruity notes. It's dry. Ultimately, it's bitter. It's a good tasting IPA. It's a good drinking IPA. I think you could probably pound a few of these if you're 6'3", 250 pounds like myself. You can probably drink about 10 of these suckers. But, hey, man, cheers, Raider Nation. Blind Pig, check them out. Russian River Brewing Company. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, that was riveting. That was a riveting segment there. Oh, okay, first off, check this out. So the intro music that I had playing today, I want to give a big shout out to my boy, your boy, everybody's boy, multi-talented Mr. Kenny Stapler from the Pillaging Podcast and the Pillaging Crew. Man, you are talented, my man. I love that jam. I gave this guy just some pretty vague shit to work with, man, and he came through, man. He made it. I love it. I'm stoked, man. He gave it to me today, and I'm like, dude, this shit's off the chain. So yeah, let me know. Let me know if you like it. Comment. Let me know. All you podcasters, anybody that watches this. Hardcore Raider had him hook him up. I had him hook me up. It's well worth it. Make sure you reach out to Kenny, and when he's got time, I'm sure these podcasters, man, especially in our little group, man, these RFR guys, Pillaging guys, Hardcore Raider, all these guys, they really, especially the ones that have been there, done that, and been doing this for a while, they're all about helping, man. This isn't a competition. I love that, man. That's what I love about the Navy Chief Mess. I love that, and that's how this podcast, Raiders podcast game, at least, I can't really talk about anything else. That's how we interact with each other, and that, man, I really love it. So, DC, bro. It hurts me, man. Like, having this conversation is going to hurt me because I'm publicly going out there. Listen, like I said before, I've been a huge fan of this kid. Love it. He's a Bakersfield kid. He's a good kid. He grew up wanting to be a freaking quarterback in the NFL. When his brother got drafted by the Texans, he was always around, always learning, all that stuff. And he is a good NFL quarterback. Okay? He's good. So everybody that's upset with me, talking shit about DC, understand that I think that this guy is a good quarterback. He's not great. I'm tired. I'm tired of every fucking time we need this guy to come through in a big game. What happens? He hadn't won a playoff game, right? He hadn't even he made it to the playoffs. He led us there in 2016. People were chanting MVP. I was at the game in San Diego over here when they won. First time in 13 years they went to the playoffs. I'm in there screaming, MVP, MVP, MVP. And he deserved it. But remember, hey, listen. Those games were pretty close that year. I'm not talking about 2016. It's my favorite year, right? However, he had Crabtree. He had Coop. Both those guys were 1,000-yard receivers on the year, both of them. Okay, so when you start talking about, hey, this guy needs talent, we gave him an offensive line, we gave him 2,000-yard receivers in 2016, and what do we got, man? Do we got a Super Bowl trophy? No, we don't. Okay, I'm a season ticket holder, man. I want results, not excuses. I'm tired of watching these. Oh man, I'm getting upset. I promised I wouldn't. I'm sick of watching these post-game pressers because the last one, the one in KC, reminded me of some of the post-game pressers that he used to have under Jack Del Rio, Captain Jack, right? Just defeated, man. Just defeated. 3 picks and 1 garbage time touchdown in the last 2 games, man. And you're right. I know what everybody's thinking. Oh, it's not all on Carr. It's not, man. You're absolutely right. It's a team sport. It's a team sport. Agree. 100% agree. But every team needs a leader. DC is our leader, at least on offense. And he doesn't have what it takes to win the Super Bowl. To lead a team of guys who might not have Pro Bowlers at every position, but they have talent across the field, right? He's not that leader, man. He's not. That's my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one and they all stink. Comment it up, call the number, say whatever the hell you're going to say, man. I got the thickest skin you can ever think of, man. Call me up, cuss me out. That's what I'm doing this for, okay? $22.5 million this year. This year. That's how much we're paying this guy this year. $22.5 million. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're still a staunch Carr supporter, are you telling me right now that he's worth $22.5 million? If you're telling me that, then you know what? I think maybe there's something going on with you, man.
Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah. You know what I think?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
If you're telling me $22.5 million he's worth
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
That's what I think. Straight up. He's got swept by the Chiefs his entire career, man. In KC, right? Cold weather. Was he got to be a fair weather quarterback? That's not going to win. That's not going to win. What's the percentage of teams that play in the cold? I mean, the Bills are up and coming, right? Chances are, tell me you can't see a scenario to where if we're going to be a playoff team, we're going to be a Super Bowl team that we're not going to have to march in the next couple of years up to Buffalo in freaking January or December and win a football game. Well, is DC going to do that for you? Show me the numbers. Prove me with data that he's going to be able to do that for us. You can't. All right, I'm off of it, man. I'm off of it. Almost. Hold on. You know, here's the thing. John Gruden's all about his quarterbacks, and he'll say anything. He said, hey, we're going to keep Khalil Mack. He said, hey, we're going to build our offense around Amari Cooper. He's going to be a big part of our offense. He backs Carr 100%. In the media, we don't know what's going on. Here's what I'll tell you. What's the recipe right now? You know who that man is right there? It's Jalen Hurts, man. You know, the guy that got benched in the national championship game, like for Tua. Then he takes his ass to Oklahoma this year for his senior year, killing it. You know what he is? He's a dual threat. He can make plays happen instead of wait for receivers to get open. This man can make plays happen on his own. At least he can do that more than DC. Actually, that's not fair. You know what? I take that piece back. All I'm saying is don't trust the hype and don't put anything past John Gruden or Mike Mayock. These guys are professionals. They don't fall in love with a player and stick with them. It's a business. In this business, there's only one thing that you're after. It's a fucking Super Bowl. Shout out to my son Luke, 13 years old. He made these memes for me. He made this one on his own. That's what I'm talking about. That's my dude. So let's get back into the show. Sorry for the rant. I apologize. I hope I didn't lose anybody there. And but if I did, man, I stand by my. Sorry. I gave you the warning at the beginning of the show, right? Chiefs game. Oh, man. 40-9. Should have been 38-10, I guess. And then to add insult to injury, the extra point gets blocked. I watched the whole horrible thing, man. I hadn't missed a snap since 2015. So I've watched every play of every game unless I was taking a piss, okay? I watched it to the end. It was ugly. It was terrible. It was painful. And it was against the fucking Chiefs, man. The Chiefs, man. Game was on the line, man. Like our season was almost on the line, right? Not saying we're supposed to be this dominant force or anything like that, but our season was on the line, and we shit the bed. We laid a big fat egg in KC like we have for the last 5 games in KC and Oakland. And since Derek Carr got drafted, we've laid an egg in KC every single time. Remember, I think it was 2016 when he threw that deep pass to Crabtree and it hit some kind of wire. The ball hit a wire of it. It's just all bad. It's just all bad there. Bright side, let's change the mood, man. Josh Jacobs went over 1,000 yards, man. He's the first Raiders rookie to ever do so. And he's still got a few games left, man. 4 games to be exact. He's putting up big numbers, man, and he's the future of this offense. I already covered some of the stuff I was supposed to talk about in my rant here. 5-game winning streak against us, and DC's never won in KC. Onward. Titans game's coming up. The only injury that I could see today, I'm doing this show on Tuesday. Me and the wife are going to see Jay and Silent Bob in person tomorrow. Pretty stoked about that. So I'm not going to be able to shoot my show tomorrow. So we're doing it Tuesday, so I don't have a very good picture of how many players are injured. Hunter Renfrow obviously is on the injured list. We dropped Trevor Davis after his piss-poor performance last Sunday. He should have hit the hole, man. Foster Moreau opened a hole up for this guy on that 4th down freaking sweep that he did, that little pitch, and he straight up ran it into the back of his blocker. Hole was wide open, man. So anyway, whatever. He gone. And corresponding move, brought Markel Lee back from IR, which is great. We need that kid because he's a linebacker. And he is most likely going to be our middle linebacker if I was a betting man. It's a must-win game, man. It's a playoff-like atmosphere in the town on Sunday. Whoever loses this game's eliminated. I'm telling you right now. It's just not going to work out. We lose this game to Tennessee, then our best case scenario would be win out the next 3. We're going 9-6. If you're an AFC team, you're not winning. You're not getting in the playoffs with 9-6 record. They're coming off the Titans. That is, they're coming off a 3-game winning streak, and running back Derrick Henry, another Alabama product, has back-to-back 1,000-yard years, and he is already over 1,100 for this year. So we're going to have to keep an eye on him. Tannehill's hot. Tannehill's had our number, apparently, but DC and the team have had the Titans number for quite a few years. No predictions. I have no idea what's going to happen, man. I mean, nobody does. But, yeah, dude. I don't know what the hell's going to go down. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think that we're going to win 3 points, 10 points, anything like that. I'll tell you this. If this team is as gritty as John Gruden and the rest of the squad would like for us to believe they are, then they're going to win this football game. They're going to win this football game, and they're going to keep their alive for the playoff hunt. Let's get to some calls. First up, my man Ron, the Mater Raider. Let's listen to what Ron's got to say.
Hey, Mojo, what's up, man? This is Mater Raider Ron. Wanted to talk a little Carr with you. I think we can sum up Carr in that he can make any play that's there, but he's not going to create plays. 2016, we're talking, is he elite? I think we've answered that question. He's probably not.
He's not.
But I think that probably describes 2/3 of quarterbacks in the league. So I think we can say he's definitely a starting quarterback in the NFL. So that brings me to the one person in the organization who's never done anything that I've questioned. And it's a small sample size, but that would be Mike Mayock. I think every situation he's been in, he's handled it as close to perfect as you possibly could. Draft, he did well. I thought he handled the AV situation masterfully. And he took a risk, and he said he was taking a risk. So he knew what he was getting into when he brought in AB. So that being said, I believe Mayock can build the team around Carr. I think Mayock knows enough to put a team around Carr that can make him succeed. The flip side there is, do you want to build the whole team around the quarterback, or do you want to get a quarterback that can get by with a less talented team? I think that you got a fair argument either way there. And I think one caveat that might throw a little bit of intrigue in here is that I think we're going to have an unusually high amount of quarterback turnover this year. And I think that, if a team came out and gave a number 1 for Carr.
I'm going to pause you there, man. Love the call so far, Ron. I think it's highly unrealistic to think that Derek Carr would bring a first onward.
That might be interesting because we know how Mayock loves draft picks. So I'm not going to sit here and bash on him too much because, a few weeks ago we were riding high and now we're not. But
I was.
It's not a good look when he's throwing passes into the dirt instead of trying to at least make something happen. And it's not a good look when he's going to the sideline and just sitting there after throwing a pick instead of trying to fire guys up and things like that. But that's where I'm at on Carr right now. I hope we can turn it around. I know we're banged up, and 6 wins is about where I had us, so I guess I can't complain too much. But it's hard when we don't look like a football team at all on the field. So have a good one, man. Bye.
Ron, man, thanks for calling, bro. I got to agree with that. You made me think about something, though, when I was listening to the call just now. Was it 2005? Is that the draft that brought the NFL Roethlisberger? They brought in Eli, Rivers, all these guys. I know I'm missing 2 or 3, man. There's a lot of talent coming out at the quarterback position this year. And, I'll tell you, man, I don't evaluate talent. I'm not a scout. I've never played the position of quarterback. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I will tell you this. There's some kids on that team that fit the mold for the way the NFL's going these days with winning quarterbacks, right? Somebody that's mobile and somebody can make plays when the called play falls apart post-snap. I agree with you about the Mike Mayock thing. I trust it, man. Hey, he produced on this last draft. I'm along for the ride, man. I'm buckled up. If he sticks with Carr, guess what, man? Then Carr's the guy for the foreseeable future. Maybe he drafts Carr's replacement and we have a Favre, one of those Green Bay situations where, you got your replacement to your Hall of Famer, which Derek Carr's most certainly not a Hall of Famer yet. He's not giving me that. But Aaron Rodgers comes in, and when they move on from Favre, they don't skip a beat, and they got another elite quarterback right behind him. And that would be really cool if they brought somebody in. And I'll tell you, man, DC's a good dude, man. I mean, he would take that as a slight against him, but he would definitely be part of the team. So, yeah, thanks, Ron. Thanks for the call, brother. I appreciate the support, man. Always on the socials with me, man. Let's get to my boy Sugar Shane in Texas. What's up, Sugar?
Good evening, Mr. Mojo. This is Sugar Shane coming from the great state of Texas.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, brother, man, was that an ass whipping? That was something that I expected, but I didn't expect.
I know.
You kind of, if you grew up as a bad kid, you expected an ass whooping when you got home. Or in this case, we expected an ass whooping at our aunt or grandmother's house. Yeah, that was pitiful.
So yeah, Shane, I agree. I'll tell you, man, I keep falling into the trap, and I'm pretty sure most Raider Nation does, man, is I'll get into it that week, right? I'll be on my social media, man. I'll be looking at everybody. I'll be reading all the articles and all that shit. Everybody's saying, like, oh, we got a chance, man. We're going to go out there and, Derek Carr's going to prove himself, and we're going to run the ball right down our throats. I'm that guy, man. I'm the guy that buys into it, believes the hype, and then gets my heart stepped on every Sunday. Onward.
I hope we can move on. I mean, I don't know how you move on from that personally. I mean, woo. Sure, you'll give your thoughts about that game, but man, brutal. Kansas City always has our number, and it's even more now with Kermit the Frog behind center. The hell with those Chiefs, man. Those Queefs. We can't stand them. I don't like them. It's brutal. So, anyways. Have a good night, man. Love the show. Keep it going, brother. Raiders.
Thanks, Sugar. Sugar Shane, that's my dude, man. He on my text thread, man. We on the text thread with a bunch of made men from Raiders Fan Radio, man. I love hearing from these guys. Yeah, man, it sucks, man. That game just sucks. It just took the life out of me, man. I didn't go to my typical spot, man. I usually hang out at East County Raider Nation, man, but I wanted to get the kids involved this weekend, man. So we watched it here in the garage at the Mojo Dojo, and man, I had high hopes, man, just like everybody. And yeah, man, Kermit the Frog, dude, so talented, that kid, man. Just pisses me off. I want one of those. I want a guy like Patrick Mahomes, somebody that makes shit happen when the cards are down. And shit's not in his favor, throwing a freaking across his body, across the field, Hail Mary, that gets picked up by a guy that can run a 4.3 40. Thanks, Sugar Shane. I appreciate you, brother. You know that. Let's get to my boy Swaggy J. So Swaggy J gave me a before the game and an after the game. And I'm pretty sure most people can kind of relate to what Swaggy J got going on. Ready?
Mojo! Swaggy J, man. Hey, brother, it is Saturday night. I am driving down the road. Just went to a local restaurant here to pick up some soup for the kiddos because I got a couple of sick ones at home. But, man, Saturday night, man, I'm fired up for tomorrow, brother.
Hey, Swaggy J, I really hope the kids got better, man. Swaggy J's got two cute kids, man. I hope they're feeling better. I hope that soup warmed their heart. And I hope that you got them little rugrats back to 100%, man.
I'm fired up for the Chiefs and Raiders. Spent the entire day watching college football, quote-unquote rivalry week of college football, and it just got me thinking, man, when you say rivalry, Chiefs and Raiders got to come to mind, man. It's a huge game. Well, like what we said, I think it's for the division. We're going to come out hungry. We're going to come out ready to play. We dropped an egg in New Jersey right there, and I think we're going to come out ready to roll. Carr's going to have a big game. I
wish I could rewind that real quick.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell no, no.
Onward.
He's going to finally silence the doubters, and he's going to have a big week in Kansas City. I expect Josh Jacobs to be back in form. I expect the Condor to put Mahomes on his ass a few times maybe. And, man, I'm fired up, man. I cannot wait. And hopefully I will be able to call you after the game, talk about the 7-5 Raiders taking over and controlling their own destiny in the AFC West, brother. Love the show. Love what you guys are doing. Love what you did with Big Raider Trucker this week. And man, if you ever need another host for that or another sidekick for that, I'd be all about it, brother. So go Raiders and just win, baby. And hopefully we'll talk to you next time.
Hey, Swaggy J, let's do it, bro. Let's get on a collab, man. We'll get together, man. I'll do a feature fan on you here pretty soon, okay? Let's do that. Yeah, man, high hopes. Feeling good for the game, man. You in the mood, man. It's Saturday night. You out there on your own. You know, the wife's at home with the sick kids. And, you know, you start thinking about a little bit of football, so you give old Mojo a call. You know what I mean? Appreciate that. Things did not end well. Exhibit A.
Mojo. Swaggy J. Well, that didn't go at all what I thought it was going to go like. That's piss poor, dude. DC, man, that was about one of the worst games I've seen our boy play. And I don't know, dude. I don't have a lot of confidence in the guy. Kind of lost me a little bit today. You know, he's our captain and our leader and all that good stuff. But I think it may be time to start looking elsewhere. Whether that means just to have a little healthy competition to you know, maybe get them to step up a little bit, or if that just means just straight up just go another direction. But 6-6 now. We got our asses kicked bad today. Really the last 2 weeks. Haven't scored but maybe 12 points in the last 2 weeks, and doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Maybe 8-8. I don't know, dude. Yeah, that's it. I'm out. Got nothing.
Man,
I'm trying myself to sleep tonight.
Sorry about that, Swaggy. Yeah, I hate ending everything on a sad note, but you know what, man? Reality's reality. Shit wasn't great last week, man. Appreciate the call, Swaggy J. Yeah, I'm going to take you up on your offer there, homeboy. We need to get together, man. I'd love to have you on here, man, especially a seasoned YouTuber, seasoned podcaster like yourself. I'm working some stuff with a bunch of different guys who are in the game. Yeah, thanks for calling, Swaggy J. Thanks to everybody for calling. I would appreciate it if you see this video, if you like my page, if you hate me, if you hate my videos, if you love my video, whatever. I want to interact, man. Call me. You know, call the number 619-736-5813. Call me. Leave voicemail. It goes straight to voicemail. You don't have to talk to me. All you got to do is call the number, leave voicemail. It is what it is. Thanks. So check it out. Hey, as always, OneNationFanwear.com. My boy Just Win Johnny makes my graphics for me. Look him up. Christmas is around the corner. Take care of that lovely spousal unit that you may or may not have. Take care of that lovely boyfriend or girlfriend. Take care of them kids, man. Get them some of that Raider swag from OneNationFanwear.com. And if you get the Snake Stabler shirts, that goes to the XOXO foundation from Kendra Stabler, Snake's daughter. It is to research and prevent head injuries in the game of football, which is a big thing. My 10-year-old plays football. Last thing I want is that kid to get knocked into some Muhammad Ali type shit, right? Shout out also goes to my man, my number one music man, Kenny Stapler, for sampling and making my intro music. I'm so proud of it, man, and I appreciate your hard work. Shout out always goes to Murph, Mosh, Swaggy J, Q-Dog, the Big Raider Trucker, Raider Ramon, and always and always and always and forever, the East County Raider Nation, baby. Over here at Main Tap, every Sunday, every Raiders game. Main Street in El Cajon. And let me tell you something. If you made it all the way to the end of this, Pico, Debo, Jacksonville Jaguar fans, what you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when Raider Nation runs wild on you? Hey, so phone number, man, hit it up, subscribe, give me some feedback, share this video, like the page, look me up on Facebook, look me up on Twitter, look me up on Instagram or whatever, all them crazy things. Hit me up, interact, and as always, Raider Nation, just win, baby. Mojo out.